Welcome back to the Amessy vlog. It is race day. We're racing the Jakes Gravity Enduro Race at Jakes Rocks near Warren, PA. I've been up since 5 a.m. I'm tired. I'm racing the pro class today. Might get my butt handed to me. There's some fast locals and there's some fast guys that come out to these races. But you know what? We're gonna see how we stack up. My buddy Chris is coming out. Should be a good day of riding. This is about a 2.5 hour drive from my house. Haven't rode here once this year, so pretty much going into these stages blind on this race. So that'll be interesting, but I did that last year also, and I ended up coming out with the win in the sport class, so I don't know. I did okay blind the last time, so we'll see how it goes this time, but yeah, wish me luck, I guess, right? Chris and I pedaled over to this overlook to get a little mental preparation before the race. Chris and I are headed to the first stage. It's a beautiful morning. It's a little wet on the trails, but not too bad. I think it'll shape up really well for the race. We're looking forward to this first stage. The first stage is Coal Knob. If you're not familiar with Jakes Rocks, it's a somewhat easier trail, but super fun and flowy. Alright, so this first stage was definitely a big challenge for me. I had some adrenaline going, I had my nerves up, and I was breathing pretty heavy after the first little bit of the stage. I definitely struggled, but I just tried to maintain my composure and just keep on trucking. And I just had to remember that I can take breaks in between these stages, so that was going to help me in the long run also. Oh, that was hard. So this second stage, Ursus, is a pretty challenging stage, and here's where I made my first mistake of the day. I should have went to the left of those rocks, but hey, it happens. So I probably lost a second or two already there, and my heart rate was still not recovered fully from the last stage, so that was giving me a little bit of fits, and I was struggling starting out this race. So the first two stages I felt didn't go the smoothest for me. And then I make another mistake coming up here, as you'll see. But how cool does this trail look? You're in between a bunch of big rocks. One of the biggest challenges for me in this race was I was doing this all blind. So these tight corners that came up super fast, that was hard for me to remember from last year. And I did fumble a couple of these corners. As you'll see, this second mistake I make coming up here, I pretty much blew the corner right here. And I had to stop and start again, and that just elevated my heart rate again from the last stage, and it was just hard to recover. And like I said, I struggled this stage, but I actually maintained a decent time overall, so I was still happy. I was in it still after this one. This is the second longest stage of the day. It's around 4 minutes, and we are getting towards the end. I was breathing pretty hard at this point. The trail was wet, and I was ready to move on to the next stage. This third stage of the day is a real bugger because it's pretty pedally, it's a little rocky, there's some bridges to cross, and I actually had to put my seat up to maintain the speed I wanted to through these sections. And I actually ended up being only a couple seconds off the leader on this one, so I was pretty happy about how this stage turned out for me. Phew, I'm glad this one's almost over. That sucked.
Felt really good on it, but dude, I wanted to do my seat up. There was one section I'm like, I could get a little bit of rest.
I put my seat up for a little while.
Yeah.
Actually, half of it.
I put it up for the one bridge section. And there's a little flat spot. And then you like kind of dive off the bridge with some rocks, so I put it down there, but like, dude, I tried.
Thank you. All right, the fourth stage of the day, Ohio Way. This one was a new one for the 2023 Jakes Gravity Race. And man, this one actually ended up being one of my favorite stages. Not only was it flowy, it was really fast. And we ended up riding with the winner of last year, and he does some work on the trails here at Jakes Rocks. And he was telling us, he's like, you guys better be ready. It's pretty shaly on this trail. And they asked me if I wanted to rake it, and he said, nope, we're not raking it. So not only are you on this ridge line here, but it's shaly and it is tight, but we're going pretty fast. So it was a super fun one. Almost went over right there on that little rut, but now we are done. Dude, that one was fun.
It was real fun.
I like that one.
Gonna pedal strike.
Once I hit that rut, I almost went over the bars. I'm like, all right, we didn't die yet. And then I saw you guys up here. I'm like, all right, that was kind of a quick stage. Thanks. Number 5, we have Blacksnake. This was my favorite trail of last year. This trail has it all. We have the flow, we have the rocks, we have the rock drop, and we also have some jumps. Those are all about my favorite things about a trail, so I was definitely looking forward to this one, even though I knew I was going to get smoked on it. It's just so fast, and I just don't know where I'm going on this trail, so that's the tough part for me. If I rode this trail a lot, I think I'd be a little bit quicker on it, but I definitely got smoked. And here's where I screwed up. I missed that rock drop to the left, and I had to go all the way out here and around. I hit it last year. I don't know what I was thinking. I just wasn't looking out for it. And it was a pretty crucial and costly mistake. My friend Chris ended up missing it also, unfortunately. So him and I got beat up pretty bad on this trail, time-wise. All right, we're picking up some major speed going down here. We are flowy like David Bowie, hitting some jumps, hitting some gaps. And this was my favorite part about this trail. Boom. Almost done. Here we go, to the finish. That shit's fun, man.
I missed the drop, but...
Oh, I did too.
Yeah, I didn't even see
completely.
it.
So this climb after stage 5 was particularly tough. I had to have been at least 1.5 miles up this hill. It was pretty grueling after doing 5 stages. Actually, last year's race, this was the final stage for everyone, but this year, this was considered the pro stage. Since they added that Ohio Way stage, there was already 5 stages. So that was kind of unique and different, but here we go. All right, fellas, have fun. All right, the 6th and final stage. This is the toughest one of the day. Why, you might ask? Well, we just had a ton of descent right there that is super fast, and then you have to go into these rock garden-like sections, and it's tight. There's tight corners, there's a lot of trees, and there's a lot of room for error. I really lost a lot of time on this stage, just because I wasn't pedaling where I needed to. I wasn't having efficient pedaling, and I wasn't flowing this stuff very well, and I think that's just, it hindered me. I did good at the end. As you'll see, I kept some good speed, but I lost a lot of time on these bridges and rock sections. This was the longest stage of the day, and I wanted to keep a lot of footage on this section because just to show you how many different types of terrain we were dealing with, like these bridges, these rock garden sections that some of them were pretty big and they kind of just stop you right in your tracks, and we got a river we just crossed. There's a lot of elements to this stage of the race, but it was pretty cool overall. If you were just riding this trail, you'd be like, man, this trail is really awesome, but for a final stage, when you're coming up this stuff right here, almost coming to a dead stop, you're like, what am I doing? All right, we're out of that stuff. Thank God. We are cruising to the finish line now. We have some descent, some tight corners, and we are about wrapped up. And we made it. Whew.
Alan? Yes. All right. Thank you.
He said he's gonna move it back and make it bigger for the YouTube video. Let's see how he does.
Yeah.
First place, Mike Crawford.
Let's go.
Well, ended up walking away with the fourth. Not too bad. Wish I could have done a little bit better in a couple of the stages. I felt like I kind of just lacked a little bit of speed and could have pedaled more. I was in the wrong gear a couple times. But everyone, everyone has excuses, so just got to be better next time. But still happy with what I ended up overall. My buddy Chris ended up third place, which is awesome. And then we ended up riding with last year's winner, and he won this year also. So that was super cool. But overall, such a good event. Good vibes. Doesn't even feel like a race, really. Overall, happy how the day went. Got away safe, and that's the biggest thing. So met some cool people, and yeah, happy overall. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the race day vlog, and I'll try better next time for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, have a great day.